Aston Villa's influence on the football world just keeps on growing. An Argentinian football club has released an Aston Villa inspired football kit because a number of years ago Aston Villa gave them shirts in a friendly match that was organised between the two clubs. But that isn't the only club to be influenced by the colours of Aston Villa. Big prestigious English football clubs have also donned the colours. The reason for why West Ham donned the claret and blue is because a guy called Bill Dove, who was the father of a West Ham player, was challenged to a race by some Aston Villa players when he was in Birmingham. They made a bet that the loser had to pay money. Bill won the race and the Villa players had to pay up, but they didn't have the money, so instead they offered him the kits. And that's where that colour scheme all began for West Ham. Burnley are another club that are influenced by Aston Villa in terms of their colour choices. Burnley adopted the colours in the 1910 season as they wanted to pay tribute for one of the founding members of the Football League. Crystal Palace were another club who were heavily influenced by the colours of Aston Villa. As you can see, from 1905 until 1971, they wore full claret and blue strips. They even went on for another 3 years to have claret, blue and white strips, and eventually adopted the red and blue, which you see to this day, in 1973. This team right here is a Turkish team known as Trabzonspor, and they also wear the famous claret and blue because of Aston Villa. It's claimed that they adopted the colours because they were sent the kits by Villa in 1967 and they've stuck with them ever since. Even in Spain there's an influence. This club right here, Real Union, which is partly owned by Unai Emery, now have a strip which is claret and blue. Here's the strip right here. It's gold and blue, but it's got a nice gold trim on it as well. And like Villa, it's sponsored by Adidas. There's many more clubs around the world that have been influenced by one of the founding members of the Football League, Aston Villa, and they don the famous claret and blue. And probably many more clubs will go on to do so going forward.